Hello, friends, and Happy New Year. It has been such a long time. I think really all I post are Stardew Valley gameplay videos, um, which is fun, very therapeutic. But I thought I would post an actual video. I think my last real video was a Halloween themed one. So all the way back in October, and now we are in the new year. So clearly I am not great at keeping up with this YouTube. I mean, I have a plethora of reasons. One, I have a job. Two, I have other things that I do. But also, I just keep forgetting to record when I create things. So that's another reason why. However, I went on a trip last year, at the very end of last year, so from November, and I came back in January. And while I was on the trip, I decided to pre-record some videos because I had so much free time on my hand. So yeah, this is the first of a couple of pre-recorded videos. In this video, I am 3D modeling a Tamagotchi. I decided to sort of do a series. Well, series is inspired by the gaming animation that I made for my channel. So if you've ever seen it, it has like a mouse, it has the Nintendo Switch Lite, and it has like the my digital drawing pen, so a graphic pen. But yeah, and so I made that little animation for my channel, and then I thought it'd be cool to make like a bunch of other gaming devices that I've had over the years. So yeah, I started off with the Tamagotchi because honestly, I think the Tamagotchi was the very first gaming device I've had. Um, and I feel like Tamagotchis used to be everywhere back in the day. I personally still love them. You know what? I love them so much that I've actually watched a video on YouTube about the history of Tamagotchi. I'll probably link it down below. I think that video was so cool and it taught me so much about Tamagotchis. So the one that you see me modeling right now is like an inspiration. I should say I was doing this from memory because I didn't really have internet access where I was staying at. So yeah, so this was done from memory, but the one that I was modeling is one that I had when I was a kid. And so it was this oval shaped Tamagotchi with 3 buttons, and it had like that little red strip at the top of it. Now, I never knew what that red strip was until I watched that video, so the history of Tamagotchis, and then I knew what it was, and I was like, oh my gosh, what? And I had like me and all my friends had a Tamagotchi. So if you don't know, the red strip is basically it's kind of like when you touch two phones and they like transfer data or like airdropping, so you could like move your Tamagotchi to your friend's Tamagotchi and vice versa, or like move gifts from one Tamagotchi to another Tamagotchi by if you kind of like press the two together. And I didn't know that, and I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I knew this as a kid. It would have been so much fun. Literally, me and all my friends had that, and we just never used it. But yeah, I really liked that video. Again, I'm gonna link it down below because I think it's so much fun. I love learning about like the weird, crazy things um, that that maybe don't seem interesting, but I don't know. I feel like that's my type of history. So yeah, so I made this Tamagotchi inspired by that. Um, I mean, this is a very simple modeling. So also, usually when I did the first one, my gaming animation, I had actually done it through Nomad instead of Blender. But like an idiot, I actually forgot my stylus or my tablet at home while on the trip. So I had to open up Blender But to be honest, I was okay with it being in Blender just because Blender is a faster like it's faster to model in Blender. I did run into a problem of like trying to emulate that same almost kind of hand sculpted feel that the initial animation has. And then as well with Blender, I don't know why, but I was running into this problem with the actual screen image. For some reason, and the way subdivision worked, it created that like weird cone shape around it. Even after I like UV unwrapped everything, I tried adding loop cuts to make it sharper, but it just stayed, yeah, you can see it right here on the screen, it just stayed like that the entire time. That confused me. I honestly, I really wish I could tell you that I figured it out. I did not figure it out, so I ended up just cheating. I just duplicated that face that had the screen and then separated from the actual model and just pulled it up from there, and that was like my fix for that. I was just saying now that the image that you see on screen is not the final image. I do go back and create like a pixel art to go inside of that screen. I just don't show it on this video. Yeah, so here you can see me like trying to figure out how to fix those ridges. I realized that it was a subdivision problem, so I tried loop cutting it, but it was still the same weirdness. If anybody knows why that is, I would be very happy to learn, because I generally was so confused by that. I had no clue what was going on there. um yeah, now I'm really, this is pretty much this was really easy to model. I think I took an hour, and only because my laptop kept lagging. So there's not a lot much to say. I will say I really love the way I did the screen. So I do go back. Right now it's just an animation, but I do go back and like add little lines and grains to it, so it really like matches what the Tamagotchi screen was like back when I was a kid. Um, yeah, so here I'm just like pulling materials from other projects because I knew for sure that I wanted to keep within my colorway and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, so I imported the L stage that I always use. I don't know if I actually used it in the first animation, but I've definitely been using it in my renders recently. And then something that I also decided to do was add like a little charm. Yeah, well, you'll see that in the end. So let me wait before I start talking about that. Okay, so yeah, like I said, I was just using my signature colorway, which is this kind of peachy pink color into a more pastel pink. And I've got to tell you guys, love this colorway. It is an all-time favorite colorway of mine. Obviously, pink is my favorite color, if nobody knows that. Although I feel like it's very obvious, even if you don't know me. But yes, I adore this colorway. Yeah, so definitely a signature of mine. Okay, and this is where I go back to play around with the screen. So originally I just had an emission connected to an image, but then I added some wave and then also noise to this. And then I mixed the two using the RBG mixer. And of course, I turned the lines so that they go horizontally instead of vertically. Yeah, added noise to it. And then, oh yes, I also added a color ramp so it would be more of a bluish tints, blue grayish tints than a white and gray tint. Although I think actually in the initial, in the original Tamagotchi, they are actually a black and white tint, but I like the blue. I like the blue against the pink, the contrast. Let's call it a stylistic choice. Okay, and then I actually forgot to add the little red light at the beginning, so I went back to add it. At this point, yeah, at this point, the actual modeling is finished, and it's really just about adding some last minute things like lights. I do add in some charms, and the charms are just like signature stuff within my artwork. So I have a heart, I have stars, and then I have that little weird floaty bumpy thing that I made and continue to use in my renders. I don't think I've actually used it recently since I've sort of changed styles or directions with my 3D renders, but yeah, it's still alive and well and making its way into this style because I really like that object. You will see it once it is on screen. Yeah. Yeah, I created it one day using a YouTube tutorial and I just stuck with that shape. I was like, cool, this is a cool enough shape. It's that thing right there, that really big, weird, lumpy thing. I don't know why I love it. I just do. So yeah, I added it in there as charms. And instead of adding like a chain to connect them, I kind of just let them as it is. I mean, again, this is I mean, it's not really a realistic render. It's supposed to be fun. I think it's more fun if they're just floating in space like that. So that's why I did it that way. Yeah. Um. Okay, so now once I had all the charms in, I just had to rearrange them so they made sense. I did briefly consider doing that pastel-y kind of color, but I decided to go with the shades of reds and pink colorway. I thought it complemented the image quite well. And then with the sort of secondary stars, I decided to add a couple and move it around. I did definitely play with the composition with the charms just to add a little bit more flair and interest to everything. And then my computer crashed. I desperately need a new computer. But that is something I am planning on getting this year. Yeah, I'm just hoping to buy one. I'm hoping to buy like a gaming or just a beefier computer, but also I wanted to get it secondhand. I'm also thinking of instead of getting another laptop, getting a desktop. So I don't know. I'm still deciding on what I want because one, if I want to do like one of the custom build PCs, trying to get that secondhand, probably not possible, but I'm wondering if I can get the parts secondhand and then put them into my own PC. You know what? So lots of decisions to make, but I'm hoping to get that done before like March. What, we're in January, February, March. Okay, so 2 months. Give me 2 months to work on it. Yeah, now I'm just adding in the final lighting. As I said, so it's very harsh now, but I don't use a very harsh color like that. I play around with it and I decided on the blue because again, I really love the way blue and pink pair. I love the attention to detail with that. I play around with the screen a bit, see if I want to add some bloom, decided against it. Again, this isn't the final color, so it's on screen now. Okay, thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned for my other pre-recorded videos and my Stardew Valley game throughs, playthroughs. Okay, bye!